The Northern Alberta community of Grouard now has an understanding of 169 locations believed to be potential unmarked graves on the site of the former St. Bernard Indian Residential School. But within minutes of the news being made public Tuesday, the Treaty 8 Grand Chief had to respond to those who don't believe data provided by some of the top archaeologists in the field.
There's people out there that'll try and contradict information or, to undermine this process. And I understand if it's something that really targets your religion. But in saying that, first and foremost, it's for our people to bring closure.
The director of the Institute for Prairie and Indigenous Archaeology led the research, identifying high-priority areas to search through speaking with survivors and church records, as well as drone images, all before using ground-penetrating radar.
We do not need ground-penetrating radar results to know that children didn't come home from this school. The knowledge of survivors and the extensive archival records already contain clear information about children dying while in residence here.
115 of the potential graves were inside a cemetery, able to compare readings of unmarked sites to marked graves to tell how the soil has been disturbed. Of the 169 sites, 32 listed as possible graves, 129 were probable graves, and 8 were likely, with the highest degree of certainty. Keisha Supernote stressing there are other archaeological techniques that can be used to add more certainty that do not require exhuming graves.
Oral history is always backed up by the science. And like I said, it shouldn't be required for survivors to be believed. They've been telling their truth. Even during the residential school era, there were things brought forward. But now we can support that truth with these additional methods.
A list of Indigenous children who died in the parish is being analyzed. The Grouard-McLennan Archdiocese has been working with the Capuino First Nation to share data and records as this work continues. A statement reads in part, "We know we cannot change the past, but through the forming of open and honest relationships, we can always build a better future together."
And I know this information is very hard to, deal with at times without anger arising. But I ask for cooler heads to prevail. We have survivors listening and knowing.
There are still 2 more phases of research needed at the Grouard site and 11 other residential schools across Treaty 8 to be searched, with chiefs and archaeologists committing to do everything possible to reveal the truth. In Edmonton, Carly Robinson, City News.